Great, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we're going to discuss another topic. Actually, we talked about this ignorance before, but I thought of having another short clip about ignorance. So, as you know, the ignorance is we don't know what is exactly happening in this world. So, if somebody says the avidya or ignorance, so we really don't understand what that is. But when we go into deep into that, so the Buddha said hetum paticca sambhutam hetu bhanga nirujjati. It means when so hetus mean the reasons. When the reasons get together, sambhuta means that the result appears. So once probably one or many reasons get apart, so the results gonna either disappear or results gonna be changing. So let's take an example as our mom. So we need our mom to be surviving. So what are the reasons for mom needs for survival? So all the body should be functioning properly. Let's take her heart. So we know that for heart to be functioning properly, there may be millions or billions reasons. So probably one or many reasons stop working properly, the heart stops working properly. So for mom to be surviving, to be alive, the heart is another reason. When the heart stops working properly, your mom's gonna die. So that's what I said. So because the reasons get together, the result appears. So one or many reasons get apart, the results either changing or it's gonna be disappearing. But if the situation is like that, we attach to the result without thinking about how this result appeared. If you really knew the procedure or the methodology or the theory behind this appearance, if we 100% know that as if one reason or many reasons get apart, this result is going to disappear, and that is not in our control. So we're not going to love it, we're not going to attach to that. So that's what Buddha said, the hetu paticca sambhuta hetu bhanga nirujjati. We have to understand once the results get together, the reasons get together, results appears, and the one or many reasons get apart, the result disappears. So, but what the other part is, the ignorance. So there's another definitions like we have to understand the noble truth of suffering. It means what is this noble truth of suffering? Then how does that happen? How to overcome this? How to get rid of this suffering? What is the procedure? So if you really understand that, so again you have the wisdom. So you don't have, then you got rid of avidya, you got rid of ignorance. So, but whatever the ways we define ignorance, but when we just scrutinize it, it's still the same thing. So let's again think about that, how the suffering occurs. What is noble truth of suffering? The noble truth of suffering is a wisdom. It's not like if somebody hits us, then we feel, that suffering, everybody knows that. But that's not what we're talking about. That is a wisdom. That's a prajna we're talking about. This a prajna means the Pali word for wisdom. So what is the wisdom? Wisdom means we have to thoroughly understand the fact that these things are out of our control. So if we attach to the result, because that is out of our control, it's gonna give us suffering for sure, because none of these around our environment is in our control. Why? Again, go back to that the previous definition, because reasons got together and the results appearing, and once the reasons got apart, results gonna change or results gonna disappear. That is not in our control. So when we attach to the result, when the result is going to be changing or disappears, so we feel sad. So that is how the suffering occurs. So that is the second noble truth. So the third noble truth is getting away from the suffering. So what we have to do, we have to understand the fact that this is really out of our control. If we're going to attach to this, it's going to give us suffering. So once you understand that, so remember we talk about the necklace story. You know, the necklace came from few generations back to generation, and then one girl, then she did the experiment to see whether it's a genuine gold or fake gold. So then the experiment failed, so then we understood that that's a fake gold necklace. So then after that, we're not going to attach to that necklace, because we understood thoroughly that this is not a genuine gold. So if when you understand the fact that these things are really out of our controls, there's nothing we can do with this. We can just add some reasons, but anyway, those reasons, they have the expiry date. You know, it is expiring, those reasons. So because of that reason, the result which we attach to is going to be changed or disappear. So that's gonna happen anyway. So it is not going to the way we want. So that understanding is called the third noble truth: cessation of suffering. So once you understand, you're not going to attach to that. Attach is the main source of suffering. So the fourth noble truth is, the procedure, the process, the methodology. So that is what is called the eightfold path. So what we have to do is this. It goes like samma ditti, samma sankappa. So we will explain that. I'll come up with a few clips for this noble eightfold path. But so now you have to understand. So that is again that all these definitions, they talk about the same thing, and when you practice this noble eightfold path, we can get away from this attachment. So we understand the fact that if we attach to this, so it's going to give us suffering. So if it is not going to the way we want, and if it gives us suffering, so there's no point of attaching to this external world. So that is what is exactly the ignorance is. If you really understand this, so you're not gonna go after this. So like I'll give you another example. Let's say there is a tree in front of your house. So then one branch broken and it is on the ground now. So if somebody comes and just grab it, and if he starts running, you're not gonna chase after him for that branch, right? Little branch, because you know that it has no value. So it's just a fall from the tree, so there's no value. So likewise, if you get that mentality, that understanding for everything around you, so you're not going to go after them. Probably you may use them because you don't want to get give your body more suffering, physically. But once you understand that fact, you're not going to mentally attach to this. So in Buddhism, everything we're talking about mentally things. It's not like physical thing, because even Lord Buddha got some diseases. He got the backache or stomach ache. So that's because of the vipaka, or the result of what he has done in his previous life. So that's going to come to you anyway. But what we are going to do is we're going to stop this rebirth So then as a result of that, so all the karma we've done in the past, which is in the karma bhava, there's no way for them to come, because there's nobody, nothing for them, for those karma to come. So we will talk about that later. So hope you understand what really ignorance is. So that is the prajna, that is a wisdom. And the other important point is this: all these noble truths, they are the wisdoms. They're not like if somebody pinch you, we feel that is, even a dog can understand that. So that is not what we're talking about. That's a wisdom. Mentally we we see what will happen. So that wisdom is called prajna. So those, once you understand that one noble truth, sorry, so you understand all the noble, so it's four noble truth. So okay, so that's it for today. So hope you get something out of this clip. So I'll see you in next clip. Everyone, Saturday night.